to Dead Man Talking. Tonight's story is sent in by my subscriber Shane, and he's had quite a long time of experiences and encounters with these creatures, from Bigfoot to possible Dogman encounters. Definitely an experienced guy in the woods. I spoke briefly with Shane and explained he has spent a lot of his lifetime within the woods. As he mentions in the story also, he knows pretty much every sound there is to know within the woods that he used to hunt in. Let us know what you think down below in the comments, guys. Of course, please do like and share. Your support has been incredible, and a fantastic new year ahead, I'm sure. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's story. I'd like to entitle Get Out and Fast. Let's get straight into that. Greetings DMT, my name is Shane and I live in Union, South Carolina. This is going to be hard to fully explain, but I will do my best. This all started for me back in the late 80s. Me and my brother and two stepbrothers were out spotlighting for deer. No guns, of course. We came upon an old abandoned house and my youngest stepbrother Nick was shining the bright spotlights at the home. Suddenly, something very tall just stood up and looked our way. It had bright red eyes and dark hair all over except its face. That was like a human's. The house porch was around 7 or 8 feet tall. Its head was well over it. We all screamed to get out of there and fast. No one ever talked about it, but it still haunts me to today. But this is the first of many encounters. Some years later, me and two other friends went fishing one night back in the summer of '93. It was around just after dark. We arrived at this newly formed man-made small lakes they had just made. This road that they was on was only 2 miles long and gravel, so you could hear anyone or anything coming or going. We were the only ones there that night. There was a long paved path to the first lake that you walk down to get to. Let me tell you, it's quite scary walking down through those woods at night. But this night, there was something very strange and wrong. There was no animal or insects or even frogs making any sound at all. I have to say, an overwhelming sense of danger just came over me. Then, something started to walk around the area near us. Branches would break and something would throw in small rocks into the water. We all felt like something was there. And suddenly, an extremely loud scream from the other side of the road, like a woman in pain or some kind of cry. I hunted for years in the woods, DMT, and had never heard anything like this before. I have heard and read stories about Bigfoot and Dogman making similar noises, and this is what just popped into my head. My friends David and Sherry at that time just wanted to leave. We had to grab our things to walk back up through the woods to get to her car. As we did, you could hear something walking close to us. As we moved, branches would break and there was a low growling. Then grunts could be heard. Needless to say, we never ever went back again. The next series of events happened again years later. In late 1997, during the winter that year, it had rained for weeks and weeks every day. One night, I was concerned about flooding as I lived in a trailer park, so I looked outside the front around midnight. There are very huge power towers that go for miles and miles, and there was a huge bush around 8 feet tall. Now, as I looked, I swear I saw something right in front of it. Its head came over the bush, probably over 9 foot tall. It was huge and bulky, hair covered all over, and its head was cone-shaped. You could see well at night due to all of the street lights around. It happened so fast though, and it was gone in seconds. Then, about 5 years later, still at that trailer park, I was sitting outside on the front porch, late in the fall. It must have been around 11 PM, and everyone was inside. As I sit, relaxing, I saw two very dark figures just walking under one of the lights. I'd say one was around 7 foot tall and the other around 6 foot tall, but both had very dark hair all over. I couldn't see their faces, but they must have noticed me as they quickly ran off. Safe to say, I never saw them again. Whew! Where do we continue? This is hard and a rather lengthy stories that I wanted to share with you. Some years later, I had moved to Georgia near Douglas County at the time, and I was living with my ex-girlfriend. Everything was fine for a few years, and then it all started again. First, let me say we lived out in the country near a small mountain with a radio tower at the top. It's a very wooded, all-round sort of area, so animals and others could easily hide or walk throughout without being seen. First, the coyotes came in every night during the winter nights, barking and howling often. But then, something else started to come out at night. It would imitate the coyotes, but was more different from their sounds. One night, one of those coyotes was being attacked or hurt, as we could clearly hear it yell. Something must have killed it or attacked it, and it went silent soon after that. This happened every winter for 2 years, and on Christmas Day in 2010, it snowed over 3.5 inches. That night, something left footprints over 18 inches long and 8 inches wide, deep in the frozen snow. I knew it right then. It was a Sasquatch around. Another time later on, my girlfriend was outside smoking on the front porch deck. I came outside to walk with the dog, and that's when we heard the most terrifying growl we've ever heard. It was so loud and mad. My face turned white and my hair stood up. Unfortunately, my ex had died shortly after that, and I moved back to South Carolina. I'm now married and still have nightmares often about my experiences. DMT I have never told anyone except my wife, and thankfully she believes me. My dad also has a few encounters, but he won't talk about them. I thank you, DMT, for allowing me to share this. I'm not sure it even qualifies as a good story to share, but I feel a little bit better talking about it. God bless, and you can reach me anytime by email. Sincerely, Shane. Wow. Hope you guys enjoyed that story as much as I did. Thank you so much, Shane, for sending that over, buddy. I know those were terrible times that you are still haunted by to this day. Hopefully, you know, in time, the more we speak about this and with others, we can help you get over that, possibly. Let us know what you think, guys, down below in the comments. As ever, please do like and share. If you haven't subscribed to DMT, smash that subscribe button, please. Don't forget to tickle the notification bell, and you will be updated every time we put new content up, which is pretty much every other day at this rate. Love all of your support, guys, and do appreciate it, and hope you're enjoying your week ahead. Remember, if you're out fishing or camping or hiking, pack the necessary supplies and keep your eyes and ears open, and above all, be safe, not sorry.